This is Table 17, Case Study for Management 1001. Our group members are Money Morgan, William Murdoch and Amelia Best, and our case study is on Brisbane Royal Football Club. Brisbane Royal Football Club was established in 1957. Brisbane Royal Football Club is a professional Australian soccer club based in Brisbane, Queensland. It competes in the country's premier competition, which is the A-League, and it's under licence from Football Federation Australia. Brisbane Roar is a manager-led team within a larger organisation. The manager is responsible for managing goals and processes, including selecting team members and interfacing with the organisation. The club's first ever board consisted of Chairman John Rabot, which is a former CEO of both National Rugby League clubs, Brisbane Broncos and the Melbourne Storm. Although Brisbane Roar is a sporting club, it still has the same concepts and structures as running a successful business. In 2009, Ange Postecoglou was recruited to take over as manager of the club. Like any business or organisation, Brisbane Roar Football Club faces its problems and issues. The main issues include ethical behaviour and social responsibility, teams and teamwork, and strategic management.
The first key problem within Brisbane Royal Football Club is the ethical behaviour and social responsibilities. Social responsibilities is crucial to the success and appearance of an organisation. Social responsibilities is shown by everyone involved in an organisation, therefore each individual is responsible for the image of this club. This can be a challenging issue in a large organisation as there is a lot of individuals that can either portray the club in an appropriate or inappropriate manner. There were problems within the organisation where the CEO was charged with an offence and therefore had to step down as CEO. In this case, former CEO Frank Farina stepping down led to Postecoglou's taking charge. This shows how inappropriate behaviour can lead to problems within a business. The players and board looked to the CEO as a role model. The press and general public also looked to the CEO as a representative of the entire team and club. Because Frank Farina's actions, the club was then looked in a negative way, meaning that Brisbane Roar was responsible for re-establishing a positive image for itself. The second issue that Brisbane Roar faced was the development of teams and teamwork within the club. Teamwork is essential when working with groups of people, and especially teams. It is essential for individuals to cooperate as one in order to be successful and productive. When Postecoglou initially took charge of Brisbane Roar, his first season coaching the team ended as the worst season in the club's history, finishing second last. This shows there was severe and devastating complications within the team's environment. The problem that Postecoglou faced was completely altering his team. Postecoglou faced challenges when he introduced new players to the team and introducing an entirely new style of play to the team. Strategic management was another key issue that Brisbane Roar faced. Strategic management is important within a business because you have to identify the correct strategies and formulate them in a way that relates specifically to certain organisations. Strategic management involves long and short-term goals. Postecoglou's short-term strategies involved recruiting players that fit what he wanted within his team, and his long-term strategies involved training the new team in a way that they would eventually lead to their back-to-back premierships. Postecoglou faced the problems of functioning strategies. He had to decide which specific areas of operation need to be addressed first and foremost to begin his long-term plans.
The first theory is the alternative views of ethical behaviour. This key theory addresses the multiple ways that an organisation can look at ethical issues and how they can address them. There are 4 views in the alternative views of ethical behaviour theory. The first being individualism view, which is when ethical decisions are made to protect one's self-interest. The second being the utilitarian view, which is when an ethical decision is made to protect the majority of the people. Third is the justice view, and that is when an ethical decision is based on fairness. And the last is the moral rights view, and that's when ethical decisions are made to protect the fundamental rights of the people. For example, when Raw's CEO Frank Farina was charged with driving under the influence, the club was forced to let him go. The ethical decision fell under two of the alternative views. The first was the utilitarian view, which would have been used in the decision as the CEO was a representative of the club, and by letting him go, the image of the club and the majority of the club members will remain untarnished. The justice view would also have weighed in on the decision of the club, as the club does have guidelines and rules that representatives must follow, and when these rules are broken, they have repercussions that follow. The second theory is regarding teams and teamwork. The theory is the six-step team building model. The six-step team building model consists of identifying the problem, collecting data, analysing the data, diagnosing the problem, creating a plan, implementing the plan, and then finally evaluating the entire process. For example, say that Brisbane's Raw strikers were not working well together, resulting in little to no goals scored for the team. Postecoglou would see this as a problem, and then he would analyse both of the players and would come up with a solution. His solution could either be swapping them out for other players, or training them together as a duo to develop greater teamwork and hopefully resulting in more goals for the team. Postecoglou would then implement his plan to build a better teamwork between the two. Once this is all done, Postecoglou would then evaluate what he has done and see if it has improved or not. Postecoglou could give the strikers a 2-game time frame in order to see whether the building model was a success.
Ways that Brisbane Roar can come to a solution to their problems is by meeting with management and organising an idea that clearly states the correct regulations and rules that all staff and player must abide by. Guidelines for punishments can also be laid. This will allow for fairness across the board when rules are broken. Design a code of ethics that every person involved within the club must follow. This means that an overall standard for all players and staff of the Brisbane Roar is well established and understood. Structure a program around ethics training where staff can come in small groups to help them understand the ethical aspects required. This allows the trainer to address a smaller group to allow for a more personal interaction. Adopt a proactive strategy which will meet all the criteria of social responsibilities. This once again ensures that everyone representing the club meets their social responsibility obligations. Solving problems to teams and teamworks could include building a cross-functional team atmosphere where players and staff can come together as one to build a successful environment. This is an objective to engage all team members in order to build a morale within the team environment. Have frequent maintenance activities which will help support the emotional lives of all staff and team members. By having frequent maintenance activities, it allows all staff and team members alike to feel as if they are always being supported and have their ideas and thoughts responded to consistently. Implementing a quality circle within the team which meets on a fortnightly basis to evaluate the team and improve the quality within the team. Once again, this involves all the team members, which will effectively mean working better in the future, and also allowing team members to come together as one and essentially improve any areas that need working on. Issues arising surrounding strategic management can be addressed by meeting with the board members and discussing a corporate strategy, clearly outlining the long-term goals which involve restructuring the entire Brisbane Roar Football Club. By meeting with the board and discussing the long-term goals of the team, the board is put at some sense of ease. This is shown when Postecoglou's first season with the Roars was one of the worst ever. The board was not left panicking on what they were to do with their new coach, but rather understood Postecoglou's long-term goals for the team. Design a clear mission statement so that the players and staff know exactly what they are aiming for. By giving players and staff a set goal, it allows them to stay motivated as it gives them something to work towards. It also creates a clear idea on what needs to be done to achieve the goal. Have a SWOT analysis, which further examines the club and all involved. This will allow Postecoglou to make further strategical adjustments to his team by understanding the team's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Postecoglou is able to make informed decisions on the direction of his team.
The first objective is for ethical behaviour and social responsibilities. The objective is to ensure that anyone representing the club does so in a manner that portrays the club in an appropriate way and does nothing that damages the image of the club. The short-term goal of the club is for management to design a code of ethics. This will require management time and costs. This is expected to be completed within 3 months. The medium-term goal for the club is also for management, and this is to adopt a proactive strategy. This will also require management time and costs, and is expected to be completed within 9 months. The long-term objective is for all staff, and this is for ongoing training regarding ethics and social responsibility. The resources required for this will require outside trainers to come in and to train the staff. It will require all the staff's time and the costs. This is to be completed during the whole 1 to 5 year process. The second objective is to do with teams and teamwork. The objective is to build a stronger application of teamwork across the entire club. The short-term goal for the club is for management to build a cross-functional team. This will require time and staff costs, and this is expected to be completed within 3 months. The medium-term objective is for all staff, and this is to have frequent maintenance activities. This will require all staff to be there and cost for all staff, and this is 12 months. The long-term objective is for just players and the coach, and this is implementing a quality circle. This will require all players and coaches to be there, and the costs involved. This will be throughout the whole 1 to 5 year process. The third and last action plan is for strategic management. The objective of strategic management is to manage the club and the team in a way that will continuously improve all standards, leading to further successes for the club. The short-term objective is for the players and the coach, and that is to design a mission statement. The resources required for this is players and coaches' time and the costs involved. The deadline for this is 3 months. The medium-term objective is just for management, and that is to develop a corporate strategy. This will require management time and costs, and this is to be completed within 12 months. The long-term objective is for players and coach, and this is to conduct a SWOT analysis. This will require the players and coaches' time and the costs involved in conducting the SWOT analysis. This is to be conducted frequently over the period of the 1 to 5 years.